Hello, everyone. Okay, 1 second here. Put this on Twitter. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are live right now. Everything's good here. Okay. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm sorry that I started the stream kind of late, guys. I just been busy with that lore video that I've been doing on Mr. K, and I'm just gonna have a a trip to make tomorrow, but that lore video is gonna be out tomorrow, and so I hope that you guys enjoy it a lot. Oh, thank you, Xena, for the super chat. Could you do an assault on Cayo Perico again today? We could possibly do that near the end of the stream. Does anybody need help selling? If somebody needs help selling, just invite me and I'll help you. Your lore videos are the best. Well, thank you. Hey, Phoenix, how are you, man? I am on PS5. Just send me an invite if you guys need help with anything here. I'll help. You gonna play Starfield when it comes out? Maybe. We'll have to see. But I'm gonna definitely play Payday 3. Payday 3 I'll definitely play. I just really wish that Overkill would have gotten back to me, because Overkill Overkill was very nice to send me that closed beta. But what happened was I sent Overkill another email like a few weeks ago, and I said, hey, can you guys send me like an early copy of Payday 3 a week before it comes out? And they never got back to me. Does no one needs help selling anything in here? I'm generally surprised. Usually somebody needs help selling something. Okay then, yeah, I'm actually honestly surprised. Usually somebody needs help selling something. Okay. Okay, well, I can help whoever needs help in just a little bit. I need to, I'm just gonna do 1 crate source from my hangar, and then after that I'll help whoever needs help. Did you see the AI clip of the CEO leaking GTA 6? No, I didn't. What's that about, Ender? Thank you for the super chat. And thank you, Lendon, for sponsoring my channel for over a year. The treasure hunters from Red Dead Redemption are as resilient as Marshall's Mexican soldier Murphy Brood. Also, Seth missed the real treasure there. Yeah, I think it's in the basement of that house where the treasure actually is, right? Hey, Professional, love your videos. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I do really appreciate it, man. Yes, they are. The cops in Kane and Lynch 2 multiplayer are corrupt. You're right on that. I can see your comments, Mark. Okay, I'm gonna get over at this hangar here. Hey, Pro, what was that yellow outfit you were wearing on GTA a few days ago? Oh, that was just like a yellow sports biker outfit, kind of.
Oh shit!
Come on, move your car. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll be playing Max Payne 2 in September also. Do you have gift memberships yet, Pro? No. For me to toggle gift memberships on, I can't be a brand account. My account is a brand account. I don't know why it is. I'd have to figure out how to change that. I might contact YouTube support and ask them how do I change that. Someone on Twitter made an AI voice of Strauss, the CEO of Take-Two, and said the game would come out on October 24th, and it got spread around a lot. Oh well. That's why you can't really believe those rumors. People constantly jump on those rumors like crazy, and you see it doesn't work out that well. I bet the clickbaiters made videos on that, didn't they? Thank you, Wyoming Cowboy. Hi, Pro. When's the next part of Enemy Front? Oh, thank you for asking about that. Yeah, I've been delayed by that by like 2 weeks because I've just had like 3 playthroughs on it once in the lore video. But Enemy Front will be resuming. You will see it continue in a few days. I finish every playthrough that I start. So sorry about massive delay in that. Working on Red Dead, you know, that's when I'm getting out more frequently, but I will have a part of Enemy Front out, I promise you that.
Let them through. They've got access to their hangar on base.
Okay, here we go, finally, in base. Is the Krag Jorgensen a good rifle? Yeah, it generally is. Very fast bolt. Very, very fast bolt. And it's the fact, the Krag Jorgensen is a very unique design. It's like, it's a bolt-action rifle where you can actually load all 5 rounds into the gun without actually opening up the bolt, because it has like this little drop box that you can just open and just drop the rounds inside, and that'll load the gun. It actually works pretty well. But you do have to cycle the bolt once to get the first round in the chamber. But it is generally a great rifle, yes. Okay, let's see here. Can you sell a full hanger solo? Yes. Now you can. Ground sales will give you single vehicle. Okay.
Okay. Here's the
Hey, Mannix. I have more fun in Red Dead Online solo than I do in GT Online solo. Red Dead Online can be fun. I just really wish that we would have had more content added to the game. They wouldn't have given up on it. Rockstar wouldn't have. Hello, Pro and everyone. Can I join your session, or is the session full? Anyone can join my session, Aussie guy. You're more than welcome to. It's fine. You don't have to ask me to join. If you ever listen, guys, if you ever see me online on a game, you can join my session. You don't have to ask me to join. I might do Starfield, but I'm gonna do Payday 3 100%. I would say the Buffalo STX is probably the best one. I love your channel and your content. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Marcus, for the super chat, and thank you for sponsoring my channel too, man. Damn, I hate when the NPCs do stuff like this. I really do. Great. Finally, oh my god, that blow was getting on my nerves. Okay. I always enjoy your content, even if some people make fun of you. Everyone looks up to you for now, how nice you are. Keep kicking ass. You're the best, man. Well, thank you, Phoenix. Thanks, man. Sure, Raider, I can help you with that. really enjoying Starfield. It's what I expected Fallout in space, but it's really entertaining. You should at least try it off stream. Okay, Fernando, but it's only on Xbox and PC though, right? It's not on PlayStation. The thing about this is, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Xbox exclusive, I believe, which that really sucks. That's really unfortunate. I guess I'll just probably play it on PC then, when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. Love a video you showing old pictures of wartime in your Enemy Front part. Thank you, Gazala. And I'm still going to continue Enemy Front. I know I haven't had a part out in like 2 weeks, but I've just been busy with so many other projects, but we're going to continue it. Not everyone is here, so I guess I'm going to drive the truck back to the hangar. Not that far, too. The ornamental egg. Oh, that's a rare one. Yes, you can. Yes, you can join my session. You don't have to ask me, Aussie guy. It's fine. Hi Pro, hope your day is going good. Can you help me with my heist later? I could, Justin. Yes. Okay, here we go. Can you guys believe it's gonna be fall soon? Okay. Here we go. I check out the Miami Vice puzzle. I didn't get the chance, Mario, because it's been working on my lore project for the last few days. But I'll look at it tonight, I promise. And next time I'll talk to you about it. Okay, let's see here. I don't know why the GPS route always takes you around the airport when it's actually more simple just to go through the bridge here. The next major faction you'll be fighting is the Sweetie Cleaner Company. They're incognito clothes or utility-like. Huh. That's in Max Payne 2, London? I don't know why the GPS route never takes you this way here. I think it's clickbait. I don't see Red Dead Redemption 3 even being announced anytime soon. What the? Okay. Why am I wearing a rebreather now? Okay, it's been delivered. There we go. Are you gonna make a money guide on the nightclub business? Not this week, MP. I know a lot of people were, were expecting me to make a money guide this week. I'm sorry. I've just been really busy this week. Next week, I'll do a money guide on on the next one. I'm sorry about that. Yes, they're in Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Okay, London. Favorite Dunkin' Donuts item? Boston Cream Donuts. Okay, let me disband this, right? Whoever needs help, invite. Can we help Justin, and then I will help Sophistry after this. Yes, I'll play the new Modern Warfare game.
You doing this?
I'll drive it. Yeah, I can get this there. I know the route pretty well. It's okay, Raider. I hit the 100 like on the stream. Thank you, Anna. Whack. Thank you, man. How many businesses are we selling, Justin? Where is your Mr. K lore video? Tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow, I promise. Well, Justin, get off. Oh, damn. Like, this is why the GTA physics sucks so much in this one. GTA 5 was so much better. It's like, how does a small car like that manage to completely, like, turn a vehicle like this sideways? It makes no sense. Justin, get off this, get off this truck and go to, your next business. Just have that ready. Just go to your next business location. Hey, bro, you know internships require experience nowadays. That defeats the purpose of an internship. What do you think about that? I do, yeah, I think that that's stupid. Chrysler L. And I do think you should be paid for an internship also. I don't think that... I don't think that, an internship should be free because you're doing work at an internship too. So, you're learning about a company when you're doing work at the same time. So it shouldn't be free. Right? You shouldn't be working for free. Thank you, George. I'm back from my vacation from Greece. Now I'm able to watch the streams again. Thank you, George. I hope you had a good vacation. I said GTA 5? Oh, well, GTA 5's physics are just, like, really bad. GTA 4's physics are just much better. Favorite game of 2000? Oh. Maybe it was Mega Man Legends 2. A money guide this week? No, for next week I will. This one, I'm sorry, I was just too busy to do one.
That's a successful sale.
There's an ad covering the chat and I can't close it? What? Hold on a second, Justin. Okay, 1 second here.
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Great. The aircraft is waiting for you at our nearest airfield. We trust you'll be happy, sir.
Will I ever play Saints Row 4? Yes, I will, Junior. I still have to finish the Saints Row 3 DLCs. Thank you, Junior Bros, for the super chat. I can just keep spraying this gun as I go down the highway. Whoa, well tried, even though I joined in late on this, Okay, there we go. Yeah, Savage, ever since the Hydra and the Laser got nerfed, Savage is definitely one of the better vehicles now, I would say, yeah. Is the Saints Row 2 PC patch in limbo now? It might not come out now. Yeah, it might not. Well, hello, Brianna, Hey, Hesh.
In case.
Yeah, I almost did. I can only see half the chat and what I type into Sephora ad? What? Is an ad blocking the chat for anybody else? Hey Arsenal, dumb question. When you start in the Manhunt series, maybe we'll do that sometime in October when Halloween coming up. We might do that. No, yes. I don't know then. I don't know what I could do about that, because most people aren't getting it, only a few people are. The people that are getting it, are you on mobile? Or what are you on, exactly? You're on your PC, Phoenix, and you see, like, an ad blocking half of the chat? Can you mute the music? Sure. Normally do have that muted as well. Oh, I didn't get a chance to look at that, Kenyon. Still got one business left to sell, right? I'm playing on the PS5. I heard this company called Temu was looked into because of scams and illegal issues. Your thoughts? Temu, isn't that a Chinese company? But, about Temu, what I'll say about that company is, I don't know the specifics about that company. It's like, it has the orange logo, right? That's Temu. Temu, I've seen ads for them online. And, like, the ads I see, it's like, you know, in America we have a saying, which is, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And basically what that means is when you hear some, like, ridiculous, crazy deal that you're getting, oftentimes it's some kind of scam. And the Temu stuff, like I see like an ad pop up where they're selling like a, you know, a $200 drone for like $3 or something like that, and I'm like, you know, how are they making money exactly from this? I'm like, there's something here going on, something here is going on.
This is gonna be a blast.
Yeah, the drone advertisement. What's the deal with that? Because something's not right with their drone advertisement when they're saying that it's. What do you think the next update will be about? Possibly like a business? We'll have to see. How much do your cosplays normally cost? Oh, my cosplays are all over the place. If you want to know what cosplay was the most expensive that I ever wore on a playthrough, The most expensive cosplay that I ever wore was the Aiden Pierce cosplay for Watch Dogs. I also wore the Aiden Pierce cosplay when I was pissing off that scammer. That's the most expensive one. It was like close to 200 bucks. I don't know about that Temu stuff. Like, what do you guys think of that Temu stuff? Is Temu like a scam? Because it seems like a scam to me, honestly. Like, I mean, how are they giving away free stuff exactly? I mean, there has to be some catch. There has to be something. Because no company can afford to give away free stuff. I have a casino heist. Well, maybe I can help you with that, Sophistry. I did want to help Justin with his heist a little bit later. There was, that was weird. Learn Sophistry wanted me to help them sell their bunker, then they just left the session. Well, Learn Sophistry is back, I think. Yeah, Learn Sophistry is back, though. Learn Sophistry might have lagged out. Thank you, Aussie Guy, for the super chat. You have to be a member, and how much does membership cost? It's some sort of raffle draw? Yeah, PS Plus increase was, PS Plus increase was a bit ridiculous.
What the hell?
Do you think Rockstar will release GTA 4 the same way they did with Red Dead Redemption? Well, I really want GTA 4 on, like, PS5. I would really like that, but wouldn't want it for $50. Thank you, Oblivion, for the super chat. And thank you, Pavel. I'm really enjoying your hardcore Red Dead Redemption playthrough. Keep it up. Thank you, Pavel. Probably the city, CW games, the map itself. Oh, SOCOM can definitely SOCOM can definitely be a fun game, but it's also very challenging. Temu is legit. I buy from them all the time. Well, I don't know then. People are saying it's a scam. It seemed like a scam to me though when I saw it the first time. I'll have to look into it. Bro, you think China will take over Hong Kong? They pretty much already have taken over Hong Kong though. You look at that court system that China did. That was pretty much a violation of the agreement that they signed with Britain at the time. Thank you, Justin. Okay. I hope you're doing well. I am, Park. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. Whoever needs help, invite me. Sophistry, you needed help with something, right? Invite, then. Yes, I will, NBA. No, I haven't, but I heard about that. I heard about that whole thing with the climate change protesters at the Burning Man in Nevada. I heard about that whole thing that happened. Oh, great. Are we getting raided? Yep, we're getting raided. Wasn't that wonderful? What's your view on GTA 5 storyline after 10 years? It's not a bad storyline. Like, I would say it's definitely better than GTA 3 storyline, but it's not that good either. I won't say it's an awful story, but it's... Thank you, Victor. Can you speak Vietnamese? No, I cannot. Can Hero? Thank you for the super chat. And here's a tip: when you get raided, what you want to do after you get raided is sell the other business if it's full. Like, don't sell the business that just got raided, because they're not going to get raided anytime soon. But the other businesses, they could be in risk of being raided. Oh no. Oh no, that was... damn. Oh my god, I'm so stupid right now. I'm sorry, Eugene. Damn, that was... I was trying to pull out the EMP launcher, and I accidentally pulled out the explosive shotgun. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Damn, I'm sorry. That's my bad. Damn. Yeah, that was a... I feel bad now. I'm sorry. Eugene, if you rejoin the session, I'll help you get your money back. I'm sorry about that. Damn, that was... I'm sorry.
I take it this isn't a social call. No problem.
Yeah, no, I mixed it. I was trying to use the EMP launcher. That's what I was trying to pull out, and I accidentally pulled out the explosive shotgun. It was my bad. I'm sorry. Temu sells off-brand PS5s, and they are renamed as GameStation. I find suspicious of where they market such products. Oh. Well, I'm just waiting for Eugene to get back in here. I'm sorry, Eugene. I feel bad about that. I apologize. I saw a Native American documentary that was about the Sioux and us government. It just shows that they are wrong since day one, and I'm part Sioux, which makes it sad for me. Well, thank you, and I have met people who are Sioux from when I'm here in the Upper Midwest. I've actually seen people from the Sioux tribe before. Oh, Eugene is back here. I'm sorry again, Eugene, for that. Destroying that car was an accident. I think I'm gonna disable that explosive shotgun, because that's... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Again? Okay, there's another raid now? Okay, well, we're not gonna have the same thing happen again. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Ann and Ricky, for the super chats. Hey, Pat, I know a character more psychopathic than Dimitri. His name is C110P or Chopper. You mean the little droid in Star Wars Rebels? Is it because he destroyed that Star Destroyer? Thank you, Melon, for the super chat. Okay, we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen again now.
You ain't got nowhere to go. Oh shit! One got hit.
Okay, delivered it back. I'm sorry about that. What happened with the, Well, what the... Okay.
Don't fuck with the ballers!
Explosive shotgun can be useful at times, but... Okay. I'm on the PS5. Are you inviting more people to the MC? Okay. I saw the Nevada police ram through the environmentalist blockade. Yep, well, I saw the video too. What I will say about it is that when the Nevada police rammed through the blockade, that was justified. I don't know if necessarily the, if using the handgun, I don't know if that was necessarily, you know, the right force, but those people were holding up, like, you know, hundreds of people, and people were being stuck in, like, the hot sun because of, you know, what they were doing.
How you doing?
Weren't they tribal police? I think they were Native American police. I could be wrong on that, but, bit of a controversial question. Do you think it's, what I will say, Lendon. Oh, you're selling in the city, Gene? Okay. What I will say, Lendon, is that the original design of the swastika. If somebody could tell me in the comments section what the symbol that's in India is called, I forget what it was called in India, but basically that symbol in India is a symbol of peace. The Nazis took that swastika, you know, created the design from it, and, you know, turned it into a, you know, a symbol of evil. But the original design of it that was used in India was actually meant for peaceful things. I think it was good luck or something like that. I think that's what the symbol was for originally. But it wasn't like, symbol of peace in Hinduism. Yeah, so it was, in India it's called a swastik. Okay. Yeah, but I knew a bit about that history, but that's like, you know, people see sometimes like swastika symbols in India and they don't understand it, but it's not the Nazi swastika. It's you know, the Nazi swastika, you know, it's red. You know, the flag is red. It has, you know, white in the white circle, and then the flag, the swastika is black. Where you know, Indian swastika, I think it has curves at the end, and I think it's like brown colored. So it's it looks different, but a lot of times people think it's the same thing, but it's not. Will you do any Godfather game lore videos in the future? I wanted to make a Godfather lore video on Monk. You remember him from Godfather 1? Just haven't gotten the time to do it yet.
Have you seen that documentary about the Soul Stone in Guatemala?
This is one of the worst cell missions in the game, is this one. Okay, Snake, but you know, the point that we're making is that the Indian swastika is not the same thing as the Nazi swastika.
Oh, shit. Just as whack.
But yeah, that's so people know that if you ever see Indian people with a swastika like symbol, it's not the Nazi swastika, it's completely different. It's a symbol of peace in Hinduism, and that existed before the Nazi swastika did.
We on?
Okay. It has dots around it. Yeah, so the Hinduism one has dots around it. The swastika's original meaning does represent good luck. Now, when Western and Eastern see it today, it represents fear through dapper fashion. Thank you, Landon. I like how professionals favorites when it comes to reading comments. No, I don't. I read as many comments as I can. In Hinduism, the clockwise is called swastika, symbolizing Surya's sun, prosperity and good luck, while the counterclockwise is called savastika, symbolizing night or tantric aspects of Kali. Okay. Yeah, that's what's, oh, I'll go to the other one then. That's what a lot of people don't know, is that it was, you know, that symbol has existed in India way before, like, the Nazi symbol was created, and it had a completely different meaning in India. Probably near Halloween is probably when the other vehicles will come out, because Halloween will have an event. There's not gonna be a DLC, but there's gonna be an event for Halloween. I missed your super chat. Oh. More than a Star Destroyer Pat, Chopper's a psychopath and a war criminal. Dimitri is sane when it comes to Chopper. Yeah, I remember that. Chopper is basically like an aggressive version of R2-D2. I think they do release Halloween face paints every year. Glad I could catch a stream while I studied. Oh, well, glad that you enjoy my streams. I think it's probably going to function like GTA, where you'll see what each of them is doing when you switch to them. I did hear about it, Mario, but I don't know the specifics. Do you think we'll get a Michael DLC? Probably, because Rockstar knows a Michael DLC would do really well financially for them. But yeah, this December might be the final, you know, it might be the final GTA Online DLC, guys. I guess we'll have to see what happens in December. December is gonna be a big DLC, and it's gonna be, it might be the last DLC. I don't know if it's gonna be 100%, but it might be the last one. My favorite Wendy's item? I don't know. I would usually have the 4 for 4, if that even exists still. I haven't eaten at Wendy's in probably like a year or two. There we go. Would you get the 600 bunker resupply alien tattoo? Nah, I wouldn't grind that many resupply missions for a tattoo.
Crypto.
Oh, well, I didn't hear about it, Mario. I'm gonna have to read the specifics of the case. Japan's secret police, you mean, Flaming Eel? Well, they're both really bad. Eugene, if you're selling the hangar, please make sure that it's a ground sale, or do a ground resupply. Please don't do air resupplies. They're just so much more annoying. Oh, okay, Gazala. When will Mr. K lore video be out tomorrow? Oh, it's an air sale, okay. At least we got one of the easier missions. I was with my dad once. We were visiting my wife's house, who was Indian, and she has the Hindu swastika flag, and my dad left after he saw it, and I had to explain what it was later. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. You know, I'll tell you something. That's a failure of the education system, because the thing about this is that when kids learn about World War II in school, they should be taught the difference between the Nazi swastika and the Indian swastika, because they're completely different. And the Indian swastika is older than it existed way before the German swastika did. It's a symbol of peace, and it's the Nazis took that symbol and, you know, made it into an evil symbol. And so, you know, in schools, kids should be taught that, you know, the difference between the two symbols, so that they know, because then that's like... Okay. The Red Dead Redemption 3 rumor, I don't really believe it, honestly. GTA 6 isn't even announced yet, and they're talking about Red Dead Redemption 3 now. Where's the audio? What audio? You don't hear anything right now? my brain just have a Windows update? What do you mean? Okay, here we go. Oh, I know that, London. No, I don't believe Mr. Boss. What are you talking about? Stop mid-sentence? Well, basically just... The point that I'm getting at is that the school system should teach kids the difference that when kids learn about religion and stuff like that in school, they should learn that about the Indian, swastika, that it's a symbol of peace in Hinduism, and that it has nothing to do with the Nazi swastika, because then they'll see that, they'll see that in Indian's house, and they'll get freaked out by it, and it'll be bad. So it's yeah, that's what I'll say about it. ATF and GT Online? I don't know if the ATF is in GT Online. I don't think so, no. I don't think they are. But I will tell you something about ATF, though, about them, is when I was in college, right? I was studying, you don't hear anything? Wait, do you guys hear me? Is my mic good? My mic volume? Let me look, is this good here? Okay, so what I was saying about the ATF is that the ATF has a lot of other law enforcement don't have respect for the ATF. So the ATF is one of the most hated government agencies in America. I would say the most hated government agency in America is probably the IRS. And then behind that would probably be the ATF, and then behind that would probably be the CIA. Those are probably the most hated government agencies in America: CIA, IRS, and ATF. But about ATF is a very unreasonable federal agency. They do a lot of really stupid laws, a lot of really dumb things. The thing about the ATF is the ATF sets laws. They set rules whenever they want, and so they will just create a brand new rule, something that hasn't even been voted on. Like, basically what happened with pistol braces. For people that don't know what a pistol brace is something that's typically on a stock of a rifle. It's typically a piece of plastic, and what it does is it was designed 10 years ago to help disabled veterans be able to shoot their rifles more accurately at shooting ranges. Now, what ended up happening is the ATF earlier this year said that pistol braces basically turn it into a short-barreled rifle. And so the ATF then told people that they have until June 1st, half a year, to register it. If they don't register their pistol braces, they could face 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. The pistol brace is not a gun. It's a piece of plastic that's attached to a stock. And so that's that law that they created, that did not go through Congress. That was not Congress. That was not elected. It was just a federal agency that after 10 years this item being legal, said all of a sudden, no, this item is now illegal. And that's 10 years for owning a piece of plastic. That's ridiculous. And that's why people don't have respect for the ATF because of that. What will be the least hated government agencies? That's a good question. Probably DEA, DEA, there actually aren't that many government agencies that aren't hated. Even the FBI is hated by a lot of people too. So it's, I would say DEA, probably that one. DEA, the public doesn't really hate DEA that much. Yeah, CIA is really hated. IRS is really hated. ATF is hated too. What is ATF? Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms Bureau. Someone made a video of your ums. That's fine. They can do what they want on their channel. It's their, you know, it's their free speech. What did you do for college? I went to college for law enforcement technology. Is the Iron Cross bad? It depends. It depends. It's very vague because the Iron Cross was in World War I, I believe, as well. And I think the Iron Cross goes back, like, I think it goes back many decades in German history, even before the Nazis came to power. The Iron Cross is that medal even still being given out? I'll Google it in a little bit here, but I'll tell you about it here in a second. Oh, talk about alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and we're selling tobacco and alcohol right now here. That's ironic. Okay. Let me look this up. Let's see here. It goes back all the way to Prussia. Let's see here.
Nice flying there, Ace. Sorry, was that too much? I just wanted to say well done. Well done. We're getting the full amount. We should be pleased.
Okay, so... about the Iron Cross, people asking me earlier if the Iron Cross was a bad, if it's a bad symbol. It depends. The Iron Cross basically was a medal that was given throughout Germany's entire history, from ever since, since they were the Kingdom of Prussia to the German Empire, World War I, and it was also given out in World War II. Now, in World War II, there's the Iron Cross that has the swastika symbol also in the middle of it. The World War II one, oh, I'm sorry about that, Eugene. The World War II Iron Cross is a bad symbol. The other ones, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily bad symbols because the earlier version of it, it's a medal that was given typically for, heroics in the German army. But if it was a medal that was given during World War II, heroics in the German army, then that's probably something bad that they were doing. So it's I would say it would really depend on the time period the Iron Cross was in. It depends on when the time period is. That depends on really whether it's bad or not. But they are very collectible. I know that the Iron Cross medals are very collectible, and people do look for those. Is it bad that I want to work for the IRS because I love collecting money from people? What? Are you joking? Oh, let me look, London. The ATF are called FAT in HD by GTA by Pro Modders. FAT. That's what the ATF are called. I still have to do the Saints Row 3 DLCs. Well, look, what I'll say about the ATF is that the ATF the ATF wastes their time with like a lot of pointless calls, pointless things. Like what happens is the ATF will go to somebody's house, for example, like they'll get a report that somebody has like a short-barreled rifle, and they'll go to somebody's house, and they'll want that person to register that firearm now, or turn it over. And the thing about this is that's really a waste of time, because that's not somebody that's going to really commit crimes. The ATF, the ATF should be going after the real criminals with guns. Like they should be going after like the cartels and the gangs, people like that, like not like going randomly to people's houses and just asking like, oh, do you have a short-barreled rifle at home? Like that's stupid. That's dumb. It's just no. Like, you can watch so many videos on YouTube where, like, ATF agents will go to somebody's house and just harass them. Like, it's just so dumb. And I'm like, this is what my tax dollars are going to? Like, this federal agency just going to people's houses all of a sudden and just asking them if they have, like, an SBR in their house. It's stupid. Yeah, and that failed no harping. It was a massive disaster. Why do you need to control tobacco? The thing about this is 90% of the ATF's job is guns. Like 90% of it. They very rarely get involved in alcohol or tobacco. And the reason that what people don't know about is that the ATF used to be part of the IRS. People don't know that. They used to be part of the IRS. And what happened was when President Truman took power, he broke up the IRS into two parts. So he had the IRS and the ATF. So they were broken up. I mean, the ATF is in Red Dead Online, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, they are in Red Dead Online. So they do actually make a canon appearance in Red Dead Online. In Red Dead Online, they're called the Bureau of Internal Revenue. That is the ATF. People that don't know that. That's what they later became the ATF, but that is the ATF, is the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So those guys that you see in the Moonshiner story that like set up those checkpoints, those roadblocks, Red Dead Online, that is ATF. It's also technically IRS because they were one agency, but yes, that's them. They are the IRS, but it was IRS and ATF were one agency back then. Well, look, why does the ATF go after biker gangs? Well, look, there are, if it's outlaw biker gangs, because, then yes, they're probably gonna go after them, but there are actual criminals the ATF does go after, but a lot of times, they just waste their time on stupid things. Like, that whole pistol brace thing, like, telling people that they have, like, 6 months to turn a pistol brace in, or they face 10 years in prison, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's a waste of taxpayers' money. If they're gonna do anything, go after the gangs. But I'll tell you guys something. In the law enforcement community, the ATF is actually hated in the law enforcement community. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of other cops hate the ATF. And there was my teacher, for example, when I studied law enforcement, my teacher was a retired DEA agent. And he talked about the ATF. And what he said about the ATF was that basically what happened was him and my teacher and his team, because DEA, that's Drug Enforcement Administration, they were going to raid some drug lord. And they raided some drug lord. and they confiscated his like mansion, they confiscated his like sports cars, all his money and everything like that. And typically when the DEA, when they confiscate stuff like drug money and stuff like that, typically the drug money will be used to like it'll typically be used for more police resources, and like the cars, a lot of times they'll be auctioned off to people and stuff like that. So they'll either make them unmarked cars, or they'll try to find like, you know, people that they can sell the cars to. But basically what happened was, when they actually raided this drug lord's house, do you know what they actually found? They found an extremely rare gun. The drug lord had a really, really rare gun, and this was a gun that was worth like, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars, like a lot of money. And what happened was, this rare gun, the DEA was actually not going to auction off this rare gun. This rare gun, they were actually going to melt it down. So it was gonna get destroyed. What happened was, the one of the DEA agents from my professor's team, what he did was he took that rare gun home. And he didn't take the rare gun home out of some nefarious reason. He didn't take it home because he was planning on doing something bad or anything like that. The guy was just a gun guy. He just collects firearms. He's harmless. He wasn't planning on doing anything bad, but he just liked the design of the gun. It was a rare gun, and he took it home because he didn't want to see the gun get melted down and destroyed, because this was, you know, a very expensive gun. And what happened was, when the DEA found out about that he took that, you know, piece of evidence home that was going to get melted down, that, you know, drug lord's gun, they basically told that DEA agent, listen, you have two choices. You either, you know, forcibly retire now, or we're going to have to press charges. And so he chose to forcibly retire. He was already an old guy, so he was nearing his retirement anyways, but he chose to take the retirement. They still took back the gun and destroyed it, but it was, but my teacher basically said that was DEA. He said if that was ATF, the guy would have gotten arrested 100% for that. So that was, that's just the perfect. And for people wondering what the rare gun was that the drug lord had, it was a very rare variant of the MP5. That's what the gun was. It was like extremely rare version of the MP5. Okay, let me, let's go to the next, business here. No problem, Orb. Eugene, hang on a second. Eugene, can you invite me to,
Looks.
Hang on a second. I don't know whether the MP5 was full auto or not. The only thing I know about the MP5 is that the MP5 was a very rare, it was a rare variant of the MP5. But, the point that I was making in the story is that the DEA were going to take this MP5 and they were going to destroy it. They were going to melt it down. And the one guy from the team that he took the MP5 home, you know, he wasn't a bad person. He wasn't like a criminal. He wasn't corrupt. He wasn't anything like that. He was just a gun guy. He just liked collecting firearms. And he didn't want to see this rare firearm get destroyed, and so that's why he took it home. And so he was forced to retire after that, but my teacher said if this was the ATF, that he would have been arrested for that. It would have had his life ruined. What about the MP5 was unique? I don't remember. My professor said, was talking about it some time ago, but I don't remember what it was. But it was because MP5s are typically very expensive guns. Like, they're very, very expensive. And if you have like a rare variant of the MP5, that's gonna be even more expensive. Well, the thing about this is, why did they destroy it? I don't know. I think it was, I personally think it was stupid. I think they could have just auctioned it off. Like, they auctioned off the drug lord's cars, so to like civilians. So I don't see why they couldn't have auctioned off the MP5 to civilians as well. But it was, but yeah, that was just, that was dumb. Do you know what the most expensive gun in history would have to be, guys? if there was a gun, if this gun turned up, it would be worth $1 million, probably. Do you know what the most expensive gun would probably be in history? I would say it would probably be, yeah. It would probably be, worth over $1 million, I would say. The most expensive gun is actually an Austrian-Hungarian gun. It would actually be called a Hellriegel. Now, the reason the Hellriegel would probably be the most expensive gun ever, that would exist is because the Hellriegel, it's an unknown design. It was a prototype submachine gun that the Austrian-Hungarian army made during World War I. It actually appears in Battlefield 1. For people that play Battlefield 1, they might know it. The Hellriegel, only 5 of them were actually made. There's only 5. And the thing about this is that gun, it's unknown how the gun worked. Nobody knows how the gun worked. Its internals, nobody knows anything really about it. The only thing that was known about it is that it had a belt fed and that it was water cooled. But nobody knows what happened to the other 5 Hellriegels. And if a Hellriegel ever turned up somewhere, there's only 5 of them in existence. If it ever turned up somewhere, it would probably be worth $1 million because that is one of the first submachine guns ever made in history, was the Hellriegel. And if that that gun, if that ever came up, that would be probably worth over $1 million. Probably at least. Because it was the, such a rare design, and it was, yeah. Probably it. So nobody, it's like a mystery gun that nobody knows how it worked or anything like that. It was a prototype, and it's, we don't have any, But it's kind of stupid how in Battlefield 1 that it's, in Battlefield 1 it's really stupid how they, that every soldier's running around with a Hellriegel. That's so stupid. Why weren't more made? Probably because it was a complex gun to make, and probably because it was expensive. That's probably why. You watch Pawn Stars? Sometimes, yeah. Also, here's a little fact for you guys. In Battlefield 1, the magazine that the Hellriegel has in Battlefield 1 is actually not a real magazine. That magazine did not exist. It's a fictional magazine. Well, the thing about that, Miles, is that the DEA is sometimes going to handle guns. When they're raiding, like, a gang or a drug lord and they have guns, they're sometimes going to handle that, too. We can't also forget when the ATF conducted the Waco siege in 1993. That was so ridiculous and innocent kids died too. The thing about the Waco siege, the Waco siege, or was it Ruby Ridge was the other one? Was that one also ATF? The thing about that is that there is actually a mission in Siphon Filter 3 that is actually based on the Ruby Ridge raid. I think that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, the ATF have done a lot of really stupid things. ATF have done a lot of really stupid things in their history. Well, Patton Snake. Patton was a bit of a racist. And Patton also wanted to fight the Soviets in a war. That was Patton thought that World War III was going to start very soon after World War II, and that we would be fighting the Soviets next. Tell more DEA stories. DEA is a dangerous job. Well, my professor said, he told us this story once, where he said he was arresting some drug dealer that was in the Bronx. And this drug dealer that the DEA were arresting, he was more of a supplier. So he wasn't like he wasn't just like some small-time dealer. A supplier is much bigger than a dealer. That's like the next step. And what happened is, when the supplier was being arrested and he was being taken through the neighborhood, when he was being put in the car, he yells out, "They're not really cops, help." And what happened is, after he said that, an angry mob of people actually attacked the DEA agents, and my professor got hit on the back of the head with a brick, and he got knocked out. He survived, he was fine, but it was, he just told us that story. That, like, an angry mob of people jumped them after the supplier was saying that they're not really cops. Turns out when game companies insult fans on Twitter and double down on games everybody criticized and hated, they get restructured. You know, the thing about this is will you ever see, did they shoot at the mob? No, they didn't. What I'll say about this is, do these companies ever admit that they're wrong, guys? Like, do they ever admit that they're wrong? Like, they never do. Like, will you ever see the Volition, like, developers ever come out, like the former Volition, saying we made a mistake with Saints Row? They're not even gonna admit it, even after they've been fired. You know, are you gonna see, like, Naughty Dog, like, you know, and Neil Druckmann come out and say, oh, you know, we made a mistake with The Last of Us? Are you ever gonna see, like, DICE come out with Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2042 and say we made a mistake? It's like, typically these developers, they don't really admit that they made a mistake, even though they clearly made a mistake.
Looks like you saw.
What was wrong with The Last of Us? There wasn't anything wrong with The Last of Us. It was more The Last of Us 2 that had the problems. The second game was. Honestly, The Last of Us 2 is probably the most controversial game that I have ever seen in my life, and it's not controversial in a good way. It's just that. Well, it wasn't just Abby. There was a bunch of things that were just bad with The Last of Us 2. Like, the story was poorly written. A lot of the characters were boring. They didn't make much sense. You know, the whole revenge plot was just dumb. And then, like, you know, not killing Abby at the end of the game, it just, the whole thing just made no sense. You know what? One day, guys, I'll do a playthrough of The Last of Us 2. I'll do a playthrough of it one day on the channel, and when I'm doing a playthrough of it, I'll talk about everything that's wrong with the game while I'm doing the playthrough of it.
Okay.
Battlefield Hardline had a good story. I actually liked it. Why is Last of Us 2 controversial? I never played it. Okay, Miles, do you care about spoilers? Because I'm gonna spoil it right now. Don't. I'll divide this family. Wait, what are you talking about, Suspect 13? Okay. For people wondering why I'm backing up, the reason I'm backing up is, because you actually go up the hill faster backing up. People don't know this. You actually, on these hills, you actually go faster at the post up. Have you ever been in a bad friendship? Yes, I have. I'll answer that in a moment here. Wait, Suspect 13, what did you mean earlier? Divide the family? What are you talking about? Wait, Miles, do you care about spoilers? Or not? Oh, you don't... Oh, okay. You don't care about spoilers. And Suspect 13, you hear? What did you mean earlier, man? Oh, you're welcome, Brianna. Look, here's what I'll say about The Last of Us 2. Is, I'm not shy away from my criticism of The Last of Us 2. You guys have heard me multiple times talk about, well, look, look, here's what I'll say, Suspect 13, is my opinion of The Last of Us 2, I'm very open about my thoughts on The Last of Us 2. You can disagree with me. You can disagree with me, and you can think that The Last of Us 2 is a great game. I won't think anything bad of you. You know, that's your opinion. If you enjoy if somebody enjoys The Last of Us 2, I'm happy for you. Enjoy the game. I'm not going to criticize you. I'm not going to think you're stupid for enjoying the game. But I'm going to also say my opinion is I just don't like the game. And I'm going to explain, you know, why I don't like the game. And it's, the reason that I don't, the reason that I didn't like The Last of Us 2, it had nothing to do with Ellie or Dina's relationship. I actually thought that Dina was actually one of the better characters in the game. The reason I didn't like The Last of Us 2 is because I felt like Abby's storyline was not well written. I felt like her character made no sense. And some of Abby's friends were actually better. Like, I would say that, like, Lev was probably one of Abby's only friends that was actually decent in the game. But, like, every single one of Abby's friends are, like, scumbags. Like, do you guys notice that? Like, I don't like any of Abby's friends. Like, Lev, for me, seemed like the only, you know, likable friend that Abby had. Like, everyone else, I didn't like. Like, I didn't like Owen, I didn't like Mel, I didn't like, you know, Manny, I didn't like all those other characters. To me, they seem like scumbags. So, basically what it is you have a character where she is the daughter of a random NPC from the first game. So, a random NPC that isn't even named in, like, the first game, just dies by Joel, and you play as her daughter, as his daughter, years later, to go on this revenge quest to, like, you know, kill Joel. And here's the thing, if Abby was, what was her name? I'm trying to think of the character's name. The leader of the Fireflies, Marlene, right? Marlene, that was her. That was Marlene. If Abby was Marlene's daughter, that story would have made much better. It would have been much better. Like, Abby should have been Marlene's daughter, not that random doctor's daughter. Like, that was just stupid. You know, Abby should have been Marlene's daughter. I think the story would have been much better if that was like that. Because, like, Marlene was, like, executed by Joel. You know, she was like, you know, please let me go and stuff like that. So, if she was Marlene's daughter, then the story would have made much more sense. But just making this random, you know, doctor NPC that nobody cared about in the first game, like this unnamed, you know, doctor, and all of a sudden, you know, creating, like, a daughter for him, and then he going on this random quest of vengeance. And, like, I'll tell you something, the story also doesn't make much sense, because in The Last of Us 2, Abby is in Seattle, right? And then Joel is in Jackson in Wyoming. It's like, how does she even know where Joel is? How does she know who Joel is? And then on top of that this is several states over. And note, this is when they don't have a lot of fuel, they probably don't have cars, supplies are scarce because it's the apocalypse, and then Abby, like, tells her, like, militia commander, like, I want to go on this mission across the country and, like, you know, find this guy who possibly killed my father, and I want to take, like, a big team with me. And they're like, oh yeah, go ahead, let's do it. And everyone just agrees to do it. It's like, why? Like, you're going across the country to a place where you don't even know if the guy is going to be there, you're risking everybody's life, you're wasting so much supplies, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, let's go help Abby, let's go help her get revenge. It didn't make sense. It was just, you know, dumb. That's really my problem with The Last of Us 2, is I just felt like the story was just not written well. I just don't think that it was designed well. But, like, honestly, I'll say every character in The Last of Us 2 was a bad person, including Joel. Yeah, and I agree with you. Abby was a badly written character, so there was really no good guys in The Last of Us 2, like, or The Last of Us. There were some characters that were worse than others, sure, but there wasn't really anybody that was a total good guy in that game. But then, you know, Abby was just not a likable character. That's all I'll say about Abby. And look, here's what I'll tell you. If I was this, how is Joel a bad guy? Well, Joel was extremely selfish, and Joel murdered a lot of people earlier in his youth. Like, Joel was a bandit. Like, he was a marauder. He would just jump people that were, like, during the apocalypse and just kill them and take all their supplies. So Joel was, like, you know, not a good man. He became a better person later on, sure, but he wasn't like a good man early on. But what I'll say about it is about Abby. If I was writing the story of The Last of Us 2, right? Do you know how I would have done it? How I would have done it is that Abby would have been Marlene's daughter, not some random, doctor surgeon. And the second thing is, I would have cut Abby's scumbag friends. So Abby's scumbag friends, they would have been cut from the story, they wouldn't exist. Abby would then, travel to Jackson to try to find Joel, and Joel would save her life. And then after Joel saves her life, she would think, oh, this guy killed my father, or this guy killed my mother or my father, depending on if we make her Marlene's daughter, but he saved my life. Maybe he's not that bad of a person. And then Abby joins Joel's settlement, and she's living there for some time, and she gets to know Joel and realizes that Joel is not this evil, horrible person that she thought he was. And then near the end of the game, Abby reveals who she is. Joel is about to die, and then Abby has to make a decision. Does she save Joel, or does she let Joel die? I personally feel like if you had an ending like that, where Abby has to either save Joel or let him die, I feel like that would have been a much better situation. Just killing Joel off at the beginning of the game, making her the daughter of this random NPC that nobody cared about in the first game, and barely remembered, and then trying to make you feel bad for Abby after she just brutally killed Joel. And the thing about this is that when you have to remember this too, is that Abby did not even give Joel a quick death. So yes, I get that Joel killed her father, I get it, but here's the thing. If Joel did not save Abby, Abby would have died 100% if Joel did not save her. And so Joel saves her life, and then she doesn't even give him a quick death. She could have at least given him a quick death. Instead of giving him a quick death, she just proceeds to torture him. Literally torture him. And it's when Joel says, who the hell are you? And then she's guess. Joel is somehow supposed to know. That dialogue was just so badly written. And he, and the thing is, imagine if Abby said, you killed my father. And then Joel says, you have any idea how little that narrows it down? That's probably what Joel would have said. So that's how, yeah, that's what I would say about that. It was just badly written. Oh, well, I do exclusive streams a few times a month, and I always I do tend to put out, an early playthrough for, channel members, Lewis. Jonathan, are you still here by any chance? You were asking me about bad friendships in the past. Are you still here? Wasn't it controversial because it was woke or something? I don't care about Ellie and Dina's relationship. I have no issue with that. I'm fine with that. My problem is more with Abby. It's I just thought that Abby was a badly written character. That was just it. There's some people that try to they basically try to label anybody who doesn't like The Last of Us as being a bigot. But I liked some of the characters in The Last of Us 2. I just didn't like Abby. I didn't think Abby was a good written character. That was it. I love that you dress for the game that you're playing for. Thank you, man. Why was it controversial? Because you have a lot of people that defend The Last of Us 2 as well, and so it got the developer then kind of lashed out at the fans, and it divided the fan base a lot. But look, if anybody here, if you like The Last of Us 2, I'm not judging you or anything like that. If you like it, I'm happy for you. But I'm just explaining to you why I didn't like it personally. I just didn't enjoy it. And I didn't play it. That is true, I didn't play it. But I did watch an entire playthrough of it. I watched the entire playthrough from start to finish, the whole story, the whole cutscenes, everything. And I didn't like it. Just waiting. Waiting for them to deliver the last one here. I had no issue with Lev. My issue was just I thought Abby was just a badly written character. Oh yeah, Days Gone was a way better game than The Last of Us 2. I agree with you. I think Days Gone was way better than The Last of Us 2. Days Gone deserved a sequel. That was the one that deserved a sequel. Yeah, the gameplay in The Last of Us 2 was good, but just the story, I just... Is Jonathan still here, though? I was going to answer Jonathan's question, but he might not be here anymore. Days Gone 2 got canceled, by the way. We would have had Days Gone 2 by now. That's the unfortunate thing. The GTA 6 trailer, probably by the end of this year, it'll probably come out. There'll probably be a GTA 6 trailer this year. I'd love to hear about the bad friendship. Okay. Well, I'll tell it. I know Jonathan was the one that was asking me about it. And Brandon, I will help you sell, and then afterwards I'm gonna help, Justin after this with their heist. The thing about this is I don't like how people that criticize The Last of Us 2 were called bigots. I don't like that, Mario. And there was things that there was things that was actual legitimate criticism in The Last of Us 2. But about the bad friendship is, I'll tell you guys this. So there was, I've told this story before, so some people might have heard me tell this story before. But there was a, it's 5 a month, Lewis.
I'll catch up with you later.
But, basically, I had a friend that I met in high school. And we were like a group of friends that we hung out. It was me and 3 other friends. So it was all 4, total of us was 4. And what happened is, this one friend of ours, he was like, how would I say about him, is he had like a massive ego problem. Like, he constantly thought that he was smarter than everyone. Like, he was still our friend, but it was getting really annoying. And as he got older, his ego got bigger, and it was more annoying. And I remember what ended up happening is that he got his driver's license before all of us in the group. So out of, us 4, he got his driver's license first. And what ended up happening is, when he got that driver's license, can you guys guess what he was doing when he got the driver's license before that? Can anyone guess in the chat what he was doing? Let's see here. This event happened like 10 years ago. Yeah, it happened more than 10 years ago, I would say, at this point. Where's collect a big... Oh, bike's over here. Brag, yeah. Yeah, he was... no, he wasn't drunk driving. He wouldn't do that. But he bragged. It was just constantly showing off. Like, oh, I got my license before you guys. I'm a better driver. And what ended up happening was, I was the second or third person in the group that got their driver's license. I don't remember whether I was the second or the third person, because my other friend got his driver's license around the same time as me. But my other friend got the driver's license the last, I know that, so I wasn't the last person in the group that got it. But basically what happened is, he took driver's ed to learn how to drive. This is, when we were like 18, 17. And what ended up happening is, I didn't take driver's ed. Instead, my dad taught me how to drive. And so my dad, every day after school, when my dad would come and pick me up, right? We would drive for half an hour. Every day after school, we drove for half an hour, me and my dad. And we would go to an empty parking lot. I had a permit, so it was legal for me to drive with a passenger in the car. And it was that me and my dad would teach me to drive. He would teach me all the basics in that empty parking lot. There was nobody there. It was like very kind of an off-the-grid parking lot. It was like a parking lot nobody ever went to. It was a very large parking lot for some. It was like, it was a storage company. That's what it was, right? It was a storage company. It was like one of those places where like you store stuff, and so it was like a big parking lot. So nobody ever really went there that much. So we went to that parking lot. We learned how to drive, and the nice thing about this parking lot is this parking lot had streets on it. So there's like streets connected to the parking lot. They weren't like part of like big streets, but they were part of the parking lot. And these parking lots had stop signs too. And so my dad taught me how to drive and everything like that. The stop signs was like the perfect place to learn. And we did this for like a whole year after school, like 30 minutes every day after school. And what ended up happening is me and my dad then eventually, after driving in the parking lot for some time, me and my dad shifted to driving on streets, red lights and everything like that. And eventually then we shifted to driving on the highway. And I got, decent at driving. I wouldn't say that I was amazing, but I knew what I was doing. And when I took my driver's license test, I passed it the first time. And so what ended up happening is my friend who got his driver's license first, who was like showing off and everything like that, right? When I got my driver's license, I offered to drive us. Like, I'd offer to drive me and my friends to like different places, because he was the one who was typically driving to a lot of places. And I would tell my friends, oh great, I forgot there's cops in the subway. So I offered to drive my friends to places, like, when we wanted to drive to like movies and stuff like that. And my friend who got that driver's license, the guy with the ego trip, basically he would refuse to get in the car with me. Like I've never been in an accident. I don't drive like a maniac. I don't speed. I don't do all that stuff. I'm not aggressive on the road. But he would not get in the car with me. He just refused to get in the car with me. And when I told him, like, why won't you get in the car with me? He just kept saying, he's like, oh, you didn't take driver's ed. You didn't do it the right way. It was your dad taught you with a permit. He's like, I have more experience driving than you. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, dude, I've been driving as long as you have. Like, I've been driving for a long time. Like, I've been driving for like over a year at this point. I might not have had a license, but I was driving with a permit. And me and my dad practice every day, 30 minutes after school. I'm not saying I'm a better driver than you. I'm probably just as good of a driver as you. And, he was just saying, no, you don't know what you're doing. You have no experience. I'm the better driver here. And what ended up happening is, with this situation, is my other friend got his license. And so my other friend, he took driver's ed. And the other friend who took driver's ed, he refused to get in the car with him too. He would just say, oh, you don't have experience? I've been driving for a year. I know how to drive better than you guys. I'll be driving. And so he would not get in the car with any of us. Like, if any of us volunteered to drive, he just would not get in the car with us. And what ended up happening is, because of that, he drove us everywhere. So whenever we wanted to go anywhere, we wanted to go to movies, we wanted to go to the mall, we wanted to go to a friend's house, anytime we wanted to go anywhere, that friend with the ego trip, he would be the one driving us around. And then what ended up happening is, he got into this big confrontation with us, and he started accusing us of taking advantage of him. He's like, I'm driving you guys around everywhere, it's not fair, you guys should give me money for gas, and all this stuff. And I'm like, listen, I've offered to drive several times. My other friend offered to drive several times, but you don't want to get in the car with us, and you volunteered to drive. You were the one who volunteered to drive. We told you several times we could drive, but you instead refused to get in, and you volunteered to drive yourself. You put yourself in this situation, and I told him I'm not giving you money for gas. I wasn't cheap or anything, but I made it clear I'm not giving you money for gas because we offered to drive several times, and you don't want to ever let us drive, and you keep telling us that we don't have experience, so this is entirely your fault. And he got all pissed off at me, and he got pissed off at my friend. And what ended up happening is how this friendship blew up in the end is he came over to my house, this was 10 years ago, to hang out one day, I remember. And what ended up happening is he had like an older car from the 90s, and his car leaked some kind of fluid on the street that was right in front of my house. So like the sidewalk that was like right in front of my house, like the street that was right in front of the sidewalk. When he parked his car there, the car leaked something. Now, I don't know anything about cars, the insides of cars, so I don't know what it was that leaked. People were telling me it was probably oil or something like that, but the car leaked something, and it caused this huge stain, like this really big stain, like right in front of my house. Like, it was a very big stain. And what ended up happening is I told him about that. Your car created this big stain. He's like, oh, no, that wasn't my car, but it was his car because it wasn't there before, and he was the one who parked there. And he kept telling me, oh, it's air conditioner fluid. It's going to go away after some time. Guess what? It never went away. And he refused to admit that he was the one who caused the stain in front of my house. And what ended up happening is one day when we're hanging out, my other friend, he confronts him on it and tells him that, like, you know, you vandalized parts of the street in front of Patrick's house. And, you know, he says, like, you know, I'll walk out right now if you continue to, you know, acting like this to me. And he's like, my friend basically was just tired of his nonsense and just said to him, go ahead, go. I don't care. And he just walked out and got all pissed off at my friend. Now, what ended up happening is a few days later, you know, he called me. And, you know, and we hanged out, and he was, you know, he was talking about that whole situation, and he was acting like my friend was the one who was at fault, you know, for getting all pissed off at him. And I told him that I'm not getting involved in this situation, but your car did leave a stain. He started getting pissed off at me. So what ended up happening is that day, we ended up driving to GameStop together. You know, he drove, and I remember, you know, we picked up Call of Duty, what was it, Ghosts. That's what came out. And then after that, you know, he dropped me off at my house, and that was it. And then after that, he never wanted to hang out again. He said, nope, you know, you guys are, you know, a-holes to me. You guys aren't nice to me, and, you know, we're not hanging out anymore. That was just basically it. And I was like, you know, and the thing about that is that when that situation happened to me, like, the first time, like, I felt bad about that. Like, I felt like I did something wrong. Like, I felt like I maybe messed something up or something like that. And it took me like a year or two to get over this. And then I realized, you know what? I really didn't do anything wrong. It was just, you know, he was being unreasonable. He was going on a crazy ego power trip. And it was probably good that it was, you know, that the friendship ended. And what I'll say about this is, like, I can't even hack this panel. I think it's, oh, now I can. So yeah, so it was, you know, he was going on a crazy ego trip, and, you know, this guy, when I did know him, I'll tell you this, whenever you asked him, like, oh, great, I should probably move my camera, because I can't even see where the thing connects to here. Do you know, whenever you asked him, like, what he wanted to do for a living, do you know what he would always say? He would always say, I want to be a lawyer. And that's what, whenever you would ask him what he wants to do as a job in the future. This is, you know, my friend who had this crazy ego power trip. And the thing about this is, when you asked him why he wants to be a lawyer, do you know what he always said? I remember his response. He never said that that he wanted to be a lawyer because he wanted to help innocent people, or like people that have been wronged by the system, or like, you know, other people. He never said that. He instead said he wanted to be a lawyer because lawyers make the big bucks. That's what it was always about. It was never like, he never talked about being a lawyer to, like, help people. It was always lawyers make the most money. That's what it was always about. And that, like, that for me is, like, you know, I don't like that type of attitude personally. That's just not good. Look, if somebody wants to be like a lawyer, for example, right? Because lawyers make good money, I wouldn't say that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. But if you want to be a lawyer primarily for money, you shouldn't be a lawyer. If you want to be a lawyer because you want to make money, is that your primary reason? You should not be a lawyer. Your primary reason of being a lawyer is because you want to help people. Not all lawyers are scumbags. There are some decent lawyers that actually do help people out and help people, like, you know, in situations where, like, a boss might take advantage of somebody, or a boss doesn't pay you for overtime and stuff like that. There are good lawyers who actually help, like, you know, workers get by and stuff like that, and they aren't scumbags. But if you're, like, going into be a lawyer primarily because you just want to, you know, make money, I don't think that that's a good thing to do. And I would say the same exact thing about a doctor. If you want to become a doctor primarily for, like, money, you know, that's, like, you shouldn't be a doctor. You shouldn't be that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. You know, that's human nature, wanting to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to go into, like, if you're going into a field where you help people, your primary job is to help people, and you're going in there primarily for just money, I don't know how helpful you really are going to be. And so that's what I'll say about my friend. So I guess it was probably good that friendship ended when it did. You know, I don't wish him anything bad. I have no idea what he's doing 10 years later. I doubt that he even knows I have a YouTube channel. But what I will say about it is I don't wish him anything bad. I wish him well. But if he came to me and, like, you know, apologized and wanted to be friends again, I probably would say no. So that's what I would say about that. Honestly, if I want to be a lawyer, I want to put criminals away. Well, lawyers don't put criminals away. That's what the prosecutors do, but I do understand your perspective. Days Gone was one of the most underrated games I ever played. And also after Red Dead Redemption 2, are you going to do a Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough? Yes, I will do a Red Dead Redemption playthrough eventually, Ace, but probably not this year because I have a lot of other games to cover. I see your super chat. But yeah. But do you guys understand why I didn't want to pay my friend for gas money? I wasn't trying to be cheap. You know, the reason I didn't want to pay him for gas was because every single time I volunteered to drive, he would just say, no, you have no experience, you can't be trusted on the road, I'll drive. And I basically was making the point to him that, you know, you chose to drive every single time. and so that was ultimately on you. But it was that. I don't know how you can claim that you're being taken advantage of when you don't ever let anybody else drive, and you demand that you drive every single time, and you're complaining that you're the one that's driving every time. For me, that's just stupid. The thing about this is, I'll tell you guys, there's some more things to the story, though, with my crazy ego, you know, power trip ego friend. My other friend, who was the one who called him out on it, right? Basically, he told me that I don't have the best self-esteem, and that I need to get over this, because I kept acting like it was my fault, for what happened. But, you know, eventually I did get over it, and, you know, both of us don't care about losing that friend. My other friend, he was we had one other friend in the group, and I would say that he was the more silent one. Like, he would very rarely talk, not a lot. And about him is what he did, he messaged that one friend of mine who, you know, had the crazy ego trip, and he messaged him on Facebook, and he just asked him, like, you know, why did you stop hanging out with Patrick? And what ended up happening is, you know, he said, oh, I don't have a problem with you, it's with Patrick and the other guy. And then what ends up happening is, like, a week later, he blocks him anyways. And so I'm like, you know, seriously? None of this happened? No, this very much did happen, dude. With me, I'm studying to be a teacher. I'll tell people the reason I want to study is to help kids not end up like me, lost and clueless. Well, that's a good way of looking at it. Like, you know, if you want to, you know, whenever you go into any kind of field, you should always want to go into the field primarily because of what the job is, not because you want to make money. Have I ever played any Metal Gear games? I played some of them on PS1, and then I played one on, I played the one on PS2, Metal Gear Solid 2, I think it was. I played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 4, but I didn't play more than that. What if you wanted to be a lawyer for the prestige? No. No. You should be a lawyer primarily because you like law and you want to help people. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Do I like Starfield? I might give Starfield a chance since I really like Skyrim and I like Fallout, so I might give Starfield a chance. When's the lore video coming? Tomorrow. It's gonna be out tomorrow, I promise. It's no more delays. Tomorrow you'll see it. Being a lawyer just to make money is like volunteering at a refugee camp and then charging the refugees for food. Yeah, I mean, in a way. That's why I say that, you know, if people who want to be a lawyer, please, you know, please don't be a lawyer because you want to make money, because chances are, if you're going in primarily into law because you want to make money, that you're not going to be a good lawyer. If you want to be a good lawyer, if you believe in, you know, if you believe in your client's innocence, if you want to help your client, you know, that's the one thing that I will say. Ace Attorney, even though Ace Attorney is a very unrealistic game, one thing that I will say that Ace Attorney gets right is that you have to believe in your client, and you have to trust your client, and that's it. Okay, who am I helping with the heist now? Okay, Justin, are you still here? Is Justin here? Let's see, Justin needed help. If Justin's not here, I'll help Sophistry. I have something to tell you. Pro, what's that, Phoenix? Do you want to do your heist, or do you want to do Sophistry's heist? It's up to you, Justin, because you asked me first. Wait, what? Rubble? What's wrong? I'm what? I guess we'll have to see what it's gonna be like, CW Games. I do hope that you can have. I do hope there are some evil choices in Spider-Man 2. What if you're helping someone who claims they're innocent, but deep down everyone knows they're guilty? Well, it's... I would say it's probably not best to take a case where you think that the person is guilty. I would say, let me see here, yeah, guilty people will still have lawyers, obviously. I would say though there are certain situations where somebody could be guilty, but it would be appropriate to defend them. That's what I would say, depending on what they did exactly. I'll give you guys a perfect example. Let's say that somebody gets scammed, right? And the person who gets scammed finds the scammer, beats them up, and gets their money back. Technically, did they commit a crime? Yes. Should they have done that? Probably not. They probably should have gotten the police involved. But it wasn't a case of just him attacking some random innocent guy on the streets, you know. So that's what I would say is it depends on the situation, what the person is you know, being accused of. You know, if it's like a murder, you know, hell no, stay away from that. You don't want to, you know, defend a murderer. But if it's like you know, something else that's like, you know, a bit more complex, where it's like, you know, the person who's claiming to be the victim did some bad things too to the person who's the defendant. There was you're trying to warn me of what? Someone made an AI voice of me saying bad things on the, well, there's nothing really you can do to stop something like that, JYTV. I don't even want to know what the AI voice said, but that's, I'm ready, Justin. Let's do it here. Okay, I'm ready. You... This can still be used for GTA 6 scams. Look, if somebody is making an AI voice of me, right? And it's like, if it's on something like Reddit or something like that, I'm probably not going to do anything about that. But if somebody is like, you know, using an AI voice of me to like run scams and stuff like that, I'm gonna, you know, strike those videos then. Okay, I'm ready. This AI crap is, like, scary, because it's like the AI things can, like, imitate somebody's voice so easily now. And do you wear your shoes inside? No, I don't wear shoes inside ever.
Seeing you dressed up like that makes me feel all
I actually did consider being a prosecutor at one point, Zach.
You know, we all love in our own ways. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Let's rob this thing.
And what was the AI voice of me saying? Some kind of scam JYTV? But it's do you guys think that like AI voices should that be like illegal if it's like an AI voice that's imitating somebody else, like imitating somebody's voice? Do you guys think that that should be illegal? What do you guys think in chat?
Don't forget, you are private security.
Hang on, Justin. I'm just reading the chat.
This test or the psyche valve. Look like you're really getting off on the power.
A lot of people are saying it depends. Yes. JYTV, was that AI voice of me, was it running some kind of scam?
Now play it cool. You're doing your usual day-to-day delivery job. You've done this 1,000 times.
You're earlier than expected. Just gonna check your VI number.
Okay, let's go in here.
Chip delivery, huh? Sure. Go straight through and leave her on the left. You can take the elevator or
That's
stairs
disgusting.
down the hall.
Okay. Let's go down to the vault.
Get shot in the face for a second there. Okay. Now get in the elevator and remember, inconspicuous. Next security check's coming up. You can do this. You keep your cool.
Howdy. You looking for the vault? Right up ahead.
Y'all here for the vault, yeah? Alright, you're gonna need your key cards to get into the man trap there.
Okay, do it,
Card
Justin.
system. Swipe at the same time.
Yes! Come on! How much better does it feel when the marks are this dumb? Keep going!
Do you think pursuing an economics degree is worth it? It depends.
Okay, so far so bueno. Push on to the vault. There'll be a guard there to meet you. Don't break character just yet.
Oh, you're here. Why didn't they say something? Man, they never tell me nothing, you know? I'll get it open for you.
The Spider-Man 3 dance, yes, I remember that. That became massive cringe, but then it became a meme later on. Justin, get everything on the right side. Do you know how to hack?
There.
Justin? Okay.
Bingo! We have struck gold!
Get
News. Seeing as we stayed under the radar, we have a little more time here. Now, your hacker can block the security sensors while you're in the vault.
Okay.
But only for a while. If the system goes quiet for too long, it triggers the alarm as a failsafe. And, did I mention that if the alarm goes off in here, they'll flood the place with nerve agent? No?
It's okay. I'll go in the other side now. Don't get the stuff in the middle of the room. Just get the stuff in the other rooms. I'm getting H. Okay, this is open. You're good at hacking. Well, thank you. Get the other one in the other in the other room. After you're done with that, get A when you're done with that. Go get as much from A as you can before we leave here. When you're at 15 seconds, drop it.
30 seconds. 20 seconds left. Don't dawdle.
Go, go. Out.
Perfect. Now get out before they smell a rat. Gas incoming. 10 seconds. Time's up.
Look at that. Everything taken. 2 people. Oh, okay. Do it. That's one of my best runs ever, and that was on hard too, that heist too. We got everything in 2 people. You're so good, thank you.
Alright, now stay calm.
Yeah, this is one of the largest takes I've ever taken with 2 people before. Yeah, I'm surprised we've managed to get everything out. Yeah.
Let's fall back to the rear door.
Yes, I do. It's on my About Me page on my channel. My YouTube channel, JY.
How'd he look? We snuck a double strength laxative in his coffee.
My business email.
Get in the cargo elevator and use your key card. Play it cool.
Is a nerve gas meant to be Green Cross and Vault? What do you mean, Lendon?
Okay, I need you to stay calm. They've seen what you did to the vault, and now the whole place is locking down fast. They know you're still in the building. Just keep moving and keep quiet. Time to change your outfits. We need a fresh start if you're gonna make it out of here under the radar. Very sharp. Now relax, channel your inner self-important douchebag, and waltz right through the front door. They're closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
You get this one, I'll get the other one.
Security is sweeping the whole building. Stay one step ahead, or this whole thing goes south. As long as you stay calm, those outfits should get you from here to the exit. The cops aren't letting anybody through the perimeter, so you'll have to do that the old-fashioned way.
Okay, let's not talk about how good we did yet until we get out, though. It's a mix of chlorine and phos. Well, I don't think that they would be allowed to have something like that in the vault. Might upload this heist gameplay. If you want to upload gameplay of my heist on your channel, you're more than welcome to. I don't strike people for stuff like that.
You're looking good, but don't push your luck. Stay away from the cops. You should avoid the bulk of the cops this way. The only thing that matters is making it to your ride. Remember, They know the vault's been hit, but they don't know who you are or where you are. They have patrols sweeping the whole place, and all the civilians have been evacuated. So if they see you, they'll know it's you. So just stay out of their way, keep your cool.
Red Dead Online RP, I'm considering trying it.
The driver has the getaway car in
Are there
position.
hackers on Red Dead Online RP? Like, are there modders that ruin it?
Don't bring the cops, and we're home free.
Mr. K video will be tomorrow.
You have a problem with me, fucker?
Oh crap, don't jump over here. What was that NPC? I just heard an NPC just say you got a problem? What the... Get in.
That is some crazy shit right there.
Do these cars have bulletproof tires? Get in. Just get in mine. You don't have a decoy, right? You have a decoy?
Alright, our decoy is online. The cops are confused as hell. Don't get seen near them, or the cops will figure out what we're doing. I've pinged your GPS with this tracker.
What? I don't know how he just got spotted. Okay.
Just got word from the decoy. We don't have long before they have to tap out. Make the most of it.
You have to anticipate the cops' movements. That's how you get good at this.
Alright, the decoy is out. You're on your own now.
No, I don't take the helicopter. I sometimes just take the... Helicopter makes things too easy. I don't like things being really easy.
If the buyer hears so much as a siren, this whole thing goes up in smoke. Lose.
There, we lost the cops. Okay, it's over.
I knew this would be sweet.
We emptied that entire vault out without,
Private equity from
without getting shot even.
private equity.
This max payout that we could have taken.
This has trouble doing. But you strolled out of there, carrying their crown jewels right under their noses. The ultimate humiliation. Oh, I've taken a whole lot of scores, but none of them has been sweeter than this.
We're good, don't worry. Yeah, it's the furthest one. I missed your super chat. I'm sorry, Landon. Let me look. That voice came from the news? What? I didn't know about that. Art is really easy to do with 2 people, but gold, on the other hand, is very, is a bit more harder. I think that might have been, are we allowed to ask for help in here? Yeah, I can help you out, but this, that was that probably the first time that I got gold with 2 people? I think that was. We got everything in there with 2 people, gold. Trick is being good at the hacking and saving the end. My friend told me about that. You gotta save the stuff at the end. The one in the middle, you gotta save it for the end. Will we do Assault on Cayo Perico next? Probably not, Lexi, because I am kind of a bit hungry. So I'll probably wrap it up here, but I promise you next stream we'll do it, okay? I just gotta go to sleep a bit earlier tonight, too. Yes, I might play Hogwarts Legacy. I'm definitely interested. Why did the GT Online characters run so slow after robbing the casino? It's because of the gold. Gold's really heavy. What's for dinner, Patrick? Probably pizza. Yes? Not as bad as Claude, though. And I'll see you, Jay White TV. Hi, Pro. Any Saints Row lore in the works? Yes, Athena. I am going to, I want to do a video on the gangs in Saints Row 1, like, breaking them down. There we go. I'm curious what the take is going to be. 15% of, like, max cut. What is that going to be here? Or, like, max take. Favorite pizza food? Probably pepperoni. Here. Here, 319,000. That's still pretty good take for just yeah. And if we got a helicopter, we probably would have made it quicker, but it's whatever. It's Can we see your platinum trophies? Sure. In a moment here. Well, in the winter time of fall, I usually wear, I usually wear boots in the okay, here, 52 platinums. But I don't have 52 platinums, guys. It's actually more like 50 platinums instead of 52 because I got those 2 stupid platinums. I got the Jumping Noodles Turbo and the Jumping Noodles. I don't count that as a platinum. And Stroke the Rabbit Platinum. I got that just to show everybody that was a scam, that game. But yeah, I got a lot of games here. Nice trophy collection, thank you. Does anybody know by any chance, because I'm actually considering changing my PSN name one day from Polish Mercenary maybe to The very first platinum that I ever got, I remember, was the Saboteur. You guys remember I did a playthrough of it? That was in 2010. That was the... and then this... well, actually, first platinum, I think, was actually Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was actually the first one, then. Yeah, and I got Assassin's Creed 2 as well. I almost got all the Call of Duty Classic trophies, but the one trophy I couldn't get in Call of Duty Classic, I remember, was the Veteran. This game was too hard on Veteran. Like the Call of Duty Classic, it was ridiculous. Okay. A hacker who harassing a YouTuber after he hacked into the U.S. Army systems. The YouTuber had to move out of America because of the threats. What? I 100%ed Fallout 3, yes. Yeah. Killzone trophies are, you know, you can't get the online trophies anymore for Killzone. Do you know what game made me really pissed off that I couldn't get platinum? Is Army of Two: The 40th Day. Because Army of Two: The 40th Day, one of the only trophies that I had left on that game was I had to make like a custom mask on the website. So there's like an Army of Two website, and you make a custom mask on there. And when you make the custom mask on there, you get the trophy. But the thing about it, the website got shut down. And so I even used the Wayback Machine to see if it would work, and it didn't work. So that was that pissed me off. It was like one trophy that I missed. But let me ask people for trophies. Does anybody know by any chance? I wanted to change my PSN, like the Polish Mercenary. I was thinking about making it like, you know, I was thinking about making it the Professional just one day. Not like some professional YT crap, just the Professional. But my question for you guys is, do you guys know, if I change my PSN name, right, is this going to affect my trophies? Like, is any of my trophies going to get affected by this? Does anybody know? Because if it does, I'm probably not going to bother changing my PSN. Then I don't want my trophies to be messed up. Your trophies don't reset? Okay. What about my online progress in games? Like, will my online progress in games be affected by a name change? PS3 and PS4 games, okay. Okay, well, I guess we will be, we'll be wrapping this up. We'll be wrapping this up here, guys. Thank you guys for watching my, thank you guys for watching my stream, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And tomorrow I'll have that Mr. K lore video out for you guys. I think you guys are gonna love it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.